Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome back to our new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. Listen, I don't have time today for all the niceties. I'm here. I'm alive. He's here. Still don't like him as much as I did last week, but nonetheless, we have a show. Let's get straight to the tea with Jason Lee. This show just gives us permission to be a mess. All right, listen, this woman got fired for dancing. Now, I don't understand why women are getting fired for dancing. I believe we are just not even that many years past COVID where everybody made a living continuing to stay alive during COVID for dancing. Yes, they were doing on OnlyFans and they were naked, but nonetheless, they were doing what they were doing to be able to survive, and it didn't hurt anybody. Well, now 2 working women have gone viral after doing some questionable things to jeopardize their jobs. Now, one woman is Melissa Mercado. She's an NYPD detective who got busted for dancing on a pole in rapper Esquire's music video. We don't know who Esquire is, but clearly she must have got a nice little bag or something. Well, 33-year-old Melissa is a detective from the Bronx Special Victims Unit. No, she's not on Law & Order. She's the real deal. And she's been on the force since 2018. And although she reportedly makes $144,000 a year, she felt that she needed to have a side hustle and found one as a video vixen. Shout out to Melissa Ford. Take a look. This is her, and she was on the pole. All right. Well, another case of BBL's gone wrong. Well, after going viral for her extracurricular activities, the SVU detective was pulled from all her active sex crime cases, which her unit mostly investigates. Now, elsewhere, there's a whole other woman who went viral for twerking on the clock, and she was in her uniform. Now, her name is Nell Diala. She's a flight attendant, or was, for Alaska Airlines until she got fired for doing this. Take a look. She's right there on the plane. Everybody wants to be a TikTok star. She twerked a little bit. Okay. Ow. Oh. And the dip. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, she shaked that thing like her mama made her, and it made her lose her job. And here's what Nell told Inside Edition about her twerking video and getting fired.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her dream job.
I didn't think that, being so happy can turn into something like this.
Nell Diala was having a great time dancing and twerking in the aisle on an empty plane before an early morning flight.
I decided to just take advantage of the moment to wake myself up and kind of get myself hyped up for my day, basically.
She posted the video on TikTok along with the caption, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?" But after the video went viral, she says Alaska Airlines fired her. What did they say to you?
They just said that I broke their social media policy.
Nell had only been on the job for 6 months. She says she was twerking to celebrate the end of her probationary period. Why did you decide to post the video?
And I was really proud of myself that I came so far. I just didn't think that my video and my post and the way I was dancing would be deemed as inappropriate.
So how did you feel in that meeting when they told you you lost your job?
I put on such a proud face every time I stepped on that plane. And for them to terminate me without giving me a chance, it just was unfair.
Well, listen, Alaska Airlines, I think you need to give her a raise. She actually got you free promo. None of us take Alaska Airlines. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I said, "No, book me a flight on Alaska Airlines." But she's actually hot. You might get a younger base of people who want to get there. Maybe all of Southwest Airlines customers will go there now that they're not giving free bags. I don't know. I just kind of feel like you're hating her because she's cute. And you know what? I feel like anybody bringing joy to our lives right now, whether it's a little twerk before work, I don't know about the stripping on the pole. That is the pole. I don't want to see the police stripping on the pole. But I don't know that these women should have lost their jobs. I think that, now let me separate it. The girl at the airline, she was just doing a little twerk for work. I feel like we live in a world of social media now. You got a lot of free press over it. Get a girl her job back, a little back pay for violating her rights, and let her go on about her day. The other girl, the police officer, it's kind of hard to put cuffs on me if I can't get out of my mind you getting cuffs put on you in a music video for a rapper. You're in Special Victims Unit. Now you victimize us all with this, butt strut all on the video. Maybe I'm being a hypocrite. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for the first one, you took the words right out of my mouth. I do believe Alaska should be like, oh, we got a pretty girl who's bringing attention to our airline. No one cares about us. So I would give her a round of applause and thank her, not fire her. And for the police officer, I just feel like it's not that big of a deal. It's not like she's portraying a sex crime. She's portraying a sex worker. And I mean, you can be the first lady of the United States and have sex worker photos. So I just don't understand why you can't be a police officer and do it.
You become
Allegedly.
the first lady of the United States by marrying a man who becomes the president. We didn't elect Melania. I haven't seen her visa. I don't know if she's even a citizen. I don't know that the comparison is a fair contrast. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say that. I think that was just your way of taking another dig at the president because he's on the White House lawn with the Tesla. What I will say is that being a stripper in a music video is a sex job.
But it's not a sex crime.
It is a sex job.
It's not a sex crime.
It's a sex job. I'm not saying she committed a crime. You cannot be a sex worker and a sex police at the same time. I'm sorry. You need to pick a sex struggle. You don't get to have both. I didn't even know that stripping was sex work. Even if you're stripping for a video, you're still a stripper. And I'm sorry, when you are a police officer, or a public safety worker, you do take an oath of office where you have a higher standard. You are treated with a higher standard than the public. It is what it is. Now, if you could become the president, grab by the pussy, that's the country y'all voted for him. I'm not subscribing to that. It is what it is. Hold on. Don't want no drama. But when you are a low-level government employee like a police officer or even a vice mayor, you cannot be out there twerking for Birkins. It's just what it is. I don't want you coming to my house to investigate something that I saw you in my favorite rapper's video with your ass out. It's not about male or female, because if you were a male with your ding-a-ling, jang-a-ling, you shouldn't be there either. Stripping and being a police, no, they don't go together. Now, little twerk, she didn't even really twerk. She didn't bust it open twerk. You didn't see her panty line. You didn't see her vajayjay. You didn't see her breast. She's cute. She's buttoned up. She looked very nice. She wasn't being threatening, and that twerk wasn't sex work. That was just a little So I don't think that she should have lost her job. Rob is just, he participates in sex work. So he, of course.
Oh, my God.
That's his thing. So he don't want to, this is shame for him. It's personal.
No, not at all. But I do think you could be a member of Congress and pay underage prostitutes. But if you're a female police officer, you lose your job because you were in a music video portraying a stripper. I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
Matt Gaetz was not appointed to his position because he was allegedly messing with underage women, and it was in a report that was going to come out. You're conflating issues.
I'm not. I'm saying he's a civil servant. Hold on. He's a civil servant.
We don't need to talk over each other because you might lose your job the way they lost theirs. Okay, let's be very clear. I'm Alaska Airlines, bitch.
Please.
No, but here's the deal, right? The difference is, and what you're in your own experience, your own example, is that Matt Gaetz, who was up for a position in Donald Trump's administration, went through a process of being investigated and found to have allegedly participated in sex with a minor or seeking sex with a minor. Therefore, he did the right thing and resigned.
That's not what happened.
He resigned. He resigned.
He resigned because he was offered a different position in the Trump administration.
But
he was an elected
tomato. He was going for an appointed position. He had stepped down from his elected position. He then stepped away from the appointment because he knew he was going to get caught guilty, and he's not there. That is what it is. This is where people try to bend the rules to get their friends pass go. Nah, you don't get no pass go. You twerked, and now you ain't got no work.
Oh, God.
That is what it is. Oh, wait. You twerked, and you should have work. The other one stripped, and now your job has been ripped. It is what it is. Goodbye. You're unemployed. Speaking of unemployment, please pay attention to all the tariffs because a lot of you getting ready to lose your jobs because you're not going to be able to afford to live. Am I lying?
Nope.
Why did you take the women away? We were still talking about the topic. Bring them back. You're fired. Didn't we used to like Donald Trump when he said that?
No.
Yes, we did.
I
liked The Apprentice.
I was never a fan.
You liked The Apprentice.
I never really watched it.
I
watched it when Omarosa was on there. But
you're one of those staunch Democrats who just doesn't want to accept that there was an era when we liked Donald Trump.
No, I only watched the season Omarosa was on. I never watched it other than that.
So you never liked Donald Trump?
I was never a fan.
You never liked him?
Mm-mm.
I did.
I was never a fan.
All right, well, listen. Skai's baby daddy's out here giving relationship advice. Let me tell you something. I know that y'all are saying, "Oh, that's Jason's type," and it is. But he's just a little too young for me. If he was older, he's dirty enough to get it. All right. This is Skai Jackson. This is her baby daddy. Now, Skai and her family don't like me, and I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Why? But let me tell y'all right now, if it ever came out. But I'm actually here for this. I love love, and I love that she's growing up right in front of our eyes, and that she's found her a man who wants to be with her. Listen, Skai's son's father, remember she had a baby with this baby daddy, DeAndre Bergen, aka Yerky Yerky. If you date somebody named Yerky Yerky, you deserve anything that comes with it, right?
Pretty much.
And you know the crazy part? I would date somebody named Yerky Yerky. Yerky Yerky done went viral because he gave some tips on how to secure a famous woman. As a refresher, Disney Channel star Skai Jackson hard launched her relationship in December of 2023. Now, in January 2025, announced the birth of their first child, Kasai. Here's Skai and DeAndre, Yerky Yerky, and Skai posting with the baby. Now the baby's face is covered. Oh, they're so cute together. He got on Tim, so you know he hood. Well, DeAndre recently went live, and during the stream, a fan straight up asked him, how you get a famous girl pregnant? Now, I want you to listen to exactly how it was said, because if you hear how it was said and how he responded, I want to know what y'all think about that. Just that, because Yerky Yerky didn't give a care in the world. DeAndre kept it all the way real simple and said, you got to keep it P, man. Look.
You kind of look like me, but I got a question, cuz. How do I get a famous hoe pregnant, cuz?
Hey, you got to keep it P, man.
Keep it P?
Keep it P, I ain't gonna lie.
That's all I got to do.
Yeah, keep it P. Be that nigga.
Cuz I'm trying to get Zendaya, cuz.
You trying to get Zendaya?
Yeah.
Hey,
Fucking Jesse works. Can you put in a word for me, cuz?
hey, put the word in, ain't it? Ain't it, P? Where you from?
I'm from Kentucky.
You from K1? Where you at? Get to the city, come on.
Yerky Yerky is just so ghetto. We love it. He said, how do I get a famous hoe pregnant? Shouldn't your man stop you and say, hey, that ain't my hoe, that's my lady, right?
Yep.
Yerky Yerky. Okay, first of all, Yerky Yerky, you have to now know something. Yerk, let me just call you Yerk because we know each other now. When you're in the public eye, dating somebody who's in the public eye, you have to watch what you say and do. If you go live with somebody and they ask you about your girl, her mama, her career, your baby, any of her personal business, you're supposed to shut down right out the gate. None of my friends even talk about my personal life, and they're embedded in all, well, if you go watch the last episode, he did, but that's why he's never going to dinner with me again. But my friends, but even in there, we were talking among friends.
Yes,
so that was a safe space. You ain't on the internet. You ain't anywhere else talking about what I'm doing and who this and that. You have to protect the mother of your child. You have to protect the sanctuary of the same institution that you all are building together. You, her, and your baby. You went and let this man call your girl a famous hoe. And I think that was the first thing I had an issue with.
Yeah.
Not checking. When you saw that, what'd you think?
I just felt like she chose a young, I don't want to call him dumb, I don't know, but she just chose a young dude with a mouth full of bling and probably nothing else.
Stop. No.
I'm just saying there's nothing, I don't know what else is there if you're
not,
allowing your girl to be called a hoe, even though he may not have taken it that way. That is absolutely what happened.
We know exactly how he got that girl.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying,
Why?
I don't.
Go ahead, you say it, 'cause I can't, I'm a vice mayor, I can't say it. Say it.
I mean, they got a baby from it.
Because y'all be getting dickmatized and you let any type of man up in your world. Now, I'm not gonna say he's dumb. In fact, he seems pretty smart. He has a beautiful smile. He's gorgeous. I mean, clearly he did something to woo her into having a whole child. Mm-hmm. And it takes a lot to manage her because she has a very slick mouth, and she this one right here, she got a slick mouth, and this is her type because she used to be with Beyonce's nephew. What's the boy name?
Jules,
little Jules. And I'm gonna leave that there. But that comment allowing him, and it's not your fault that he said it, but it's your fault for not shutting down. Well, the other part is that a goal, sleeping with somebody famous so you can go on a show and be a troll and act like you had some other deep conversation so that way that person's friends can go and talk about you at dinner? Is this the new clout chase? Because he wasn't clout chasing, right?
the guy,
The baby father wasn't.
No,
clout
I don't think the
chasing.
baby father was clout chasing. The baby father just ended up with a famous woman, but he just didn't know how to address her in a conversation on live. The other person seems to be a little bit clout chasey because he just wants to get with a woman who has success and power so he can write off of it. That's what it sounds like.
Listen, Yerk. I hope you and Skai and the little baby are enjoying yourselves. I know she's waiting for me to say something slick and shady. I'm not going to do that because I'm a changed person. I'm in therapy and I'm sober. But congratulations on your baby, and I wish you all the best. Yerky Yerk. Bye. Y'all thought I was gonna come and say Yerky Yerk was being a jerky jerk, huh? No, I love. Me and Rob are hopeless romantics. We've agreed to be the Golden Girls in our older era because we probably won't ever have nobody. Although I was in the gym this morning and I saw somebody cute.
Oh.
And I went over to them.
Really?
And I said, I've been plotting on coming over to speak to you. I know I look crazy. I look better when I'm not at the gym. Can I have your information? I got it. And then I DM'd them and they said, thank you for doing that because nobody ever does that anymore.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to have coffee tonight.
Oh, wow. I mean, nothing.
Go ahead.
You've done that before. I mean,
where?
At the gym.
To who? You fucking keep trying me. I'm gonna beat you with this. You did it too. That's why they shut down the steam room. Oh, anyhow, DDG is blasting Halle. Now look, we love these people. DDG is the son I never had, and Halle is the guest who'll probably never come on the Jason Lee show because her publicists don't like me anymore. But either way, I love these two, and Halle, you know I love you. I told y'all at the awards. Well, I don't know if that applies to her baby daddy because she laid down with him and had a whole baby. Now they're going back and forth and going viral over their son, Halo. Now, last time Halle was calling out DDG for flaunting their son on a live stream without her knowledge or consent. Remember when he went over there with Kai? Well, this time DDG is claiming that Halle is gatekeeping their 15-month-old son. I'm going to say allegedly. And things all began with this tweet. Take a look. DDG said, I've been fighting to see my son for months now. Shout out to all the dads who tried their best to be there. This shit sucks. And DDG started streaming and continued accusing Halle of keeping their son from him. And this is how it all went down. Take a listen.
Every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as shit. So I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. Or I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Like it don't have nothing to do with me working, by the way. I'm not going to air out her business, but me and her has not been together for a long time. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's been going on for a minute where I just never got on the internet and said nothing. I mean, I might like throw like little subliminals or some shit like that, but it's like, bro, like, I don't want to get on the internet because at the end of the day, you know, this is something that can really like fuck with him. But I'm really just coming on this motherfucker as just a dad that really don't know what to do at this point. I've been dealing with this shit since he's been born, damn near. It's like I really feel like I'm a fucking nanny at this point. The nanny has been able to have my son more than me. Who her nigga is, who she fucking filming movies with, I don't give a fuck. I care about my son. That's all I care about. Literally, that's all I care about. And when that's taken from me, she know that's the only way I get frustrated. That's the only way she can get under my skin because I don't care what she does. We haven't been together. This might be a curveball to a lot of people, but me and her has not been together for a long time. A long time. Before that post, we've been not really together. We probably was on and off for a little bit. That's it. But further than that, we has not been together.
Listen, first of all, this breaks my heart because I do love these two. I love Young Love. He was here on the Jason Lee show where he talked about their relationship. And if you forgot about that, take a look. You decide you're young, you're in the middle of your career, you're making the money, you're famous already, and then you meet Halle, and then you guys fall in love. Is it immediate?
Yeah, it was kind of like, it was a breath of fresh air.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Why? It's okay. No,
This nigga trying to get me.
no, I'm just asking because a breath of fresh air when you have been suffocated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
You know?
that's what it was. Yeah, it was just a breath of fresh air. It was very different from what I was used to.
Yeah, his friends in the background, they trying to hold him down. They a little way away. So, was that your first real love? Like first real relationship? I mean, because
I've been in a few relationships before that. Once coming from high school, But yeah, I've been in a real relationship before that. But this is my longest relationship ever. Like I'm usually 1 year done, But it's like this been going on for over 2 years now, so it's dope.
I hate to see young people like this, fighting or not getting along or having a discourse, especially when there's a kid involved. I mean, they're young and she doesn't seem like the messy type and he doesn't even seem like the messy type. So this is something that probably will work itself out, right?
I hope it works itself out. And I do hate to see them take it to the internet. Like you said, she has a reputation of being such a humble and positive person, and I feel like he's been fueling a lot of this negativity about her on the internet. So I don't think it's gonna go in his favor. So I think he should slow down and take a beat. But two, some of the things he's saying just don't sound like it's her problem. Clearly she's the primary caregiver because you're saying I have to drive far as shit to go see my kid. Okay, well, drive far as shit to go see your kid. That's your responsibility. That's what you should do. Don't get on the internet and blame her.
Well, in all fairness, most cases where women and their men separate, the child does go with the mother because, I mean, that's just the way it is, specifically in California. I know that for sure. But, we also don't know what's going on in their lives. We don't know what's going on in their house. She's from the South. You know how some of y'all are. Are you from the South?
No, Chicago.
Well, you went to FAMU, so you're the same shit. But, people from the South, y'all think the Southern hospitality is all the time. Not all the time. Some of y'all be slick with the mouth, and, she is a little hood. They both like their men with dreads. Not to say that y'all with dreads are hood.
Allegedly.
But, we don't know what's going on in their lives, but what we know is now we're all in the three-way, and we want to be out of the group chat. Take us out. Well, in the midst of DDG's claims, Halle told Snapchat, because that's where they get money at, that she and Halo have been sick. Look.
Snap. I just want to come on here and tell you guys why I'm not posting. Me and Halo are very sick. We have RSV and we do not feel good at all. So sorry I haven't been posting snaps, but I've just been using all my energy to take care of my baby and myself. Any mommies have any tips for this cold? We both have fevers on and off. We went to the doctor yesterday. She gave us medicine. She just told us to rest, lots of fluids, everything. But any other tips would be welcome and needed. I love you guys.
I hope that you're getting better, Halle, because, new mom, new baby. By the way, there's a new flu going around right now, and people are getting this strain, and it's almost taking them all the way off the map. Have you heard about that?
Oh, no.
It's that my cousin got her flu shot. And even with the flu shot, she almost died.
Oh, no.
And there's people that are dying. So, but then again, we're in a country that doesn't believe in vaccinations.
Right. Here we are.
I'm not going to unsubscribe to these. I hope you're doing well, Halo and Halle. He then previewed a song on his stream called Don't Take My Son. And on the song, he calls out Halle, claiming she's playing games and that he doesn't want to miss out on milestones. He also says that Halle acts like he does the minimum and spins his words. On the same stream, he continued to reveal that he doesn't want to end up in court battling over custody of their son. Take a look.
I want to is because it's going to get extremely messy and it don't have to happen. And it's going to get to a point where, nigga, it ain't no way. Appreciate that fire gifted, Cardi. But it ain't gonna go how I think is in her best interest to not want to go to court either. When we can just have a clear understanding. All right, cool. I want to pick my son up, take him to dinner. If you really want him, I'll bring him right back. It's not a problem. We go to court, the judge gonna give me some time. And when I got the time, nigga, I'm gonna do whatever I want with my son. When y'all see me streaming with girls and shit, y'all don't never see my son around, do you? I would never do that. Ever. My content has nothing to do with me being a father. I purposely separate him from any of that. Y'all would never see any, like, I don't give a fuck if I'm dating a girl. You're not meeting my son. That's just how I am. That's disrespectful. I would never let that happen. So I always separate him from that. But I don't want to go to court because it's going to make her unhappy. Because ain't going to be I'm not getting no public defender. You feel me? I don't want to do that. And then the judge be like, oh, we see, nigga, you a great ass dad. We never see this from black folks. This is a rarity. Get this nigga the whole summer. Now what? Like, we don't need that. We can just be like, all right, cool. We get cool. Everything's smooth. Boom. He ain't even got to be that.
Now, whilst we don't want to be in the group chat, here's the other end of it. He's a streamer. And streamers stream their whole life, which is why I'm getting ready to start streaming, because there's lots of money in streaming. When you just go tell your personal feelings or your personal thoughts, it makes people feel like they know you more, and it makes you a significant amount of money. I mean, DDG showed me the back end of his Snapchat, and I now want to talk about my baby daddy. I ain't got one. But is it acceptable since he's a streamer?
Well, I think it's going to work as a disadvantage to him if he starts talking about wanting to take her to court for a custody battle, and he's online recording all of his thoughts, the negative ones too, about his relationship with her, who is the baby's mother. So I think all of these people need to think before they act. Like, streaming to get money, streaming to get fame and attention, of course, is great. But like, especially when it comes to the custody of your child, like if you say the wrong thing, it's going to backfire on you because it's out in the world forever.
Well, they're going to transcribe all of that, including the song, and put it out there. On January 5th, did you say, and I quote, "She ain't shit"? You know what I mean? So like, again, less is more. Wait, less is better. More is worse.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why Halle Bailey has been silent on the whole claim. She's not commenting on anything. And apparently she ain't even responded to the diss track. Let me just say this. Halle and DDG, I pray, not just for your son Halo's sake, but for both of you, your brand. You don't want to end up in no messy ass relationships that spills over into the internet, that becomes a whole love and hip hop storyline that all of us have to say subscribe to until we find out what's going on. Meanwhile, Chloe's somewhere on an island with Burna Boy burning it up because you know they having wild sex. I looked at them the other day. The way he built like a Clydesdale and she right there with him. You know, he stop fighting on the internet, please. Where is what's the publicist's name? Yvette No Shore. Where are you at? Do your job. Get the girls. Okay?
Don't have Beyonce show up at the custody trial, sitting behind Halle.
Because you're automatically gonna lose.
You're gonna lose,
right? I saw this old video. Speaking of Beyonce, I found this old video where I was talking about how much I love Beyonce and da da da. You know what I will tell y'all right now? No matter how the internet tries to spin it, no matter the drama that ensued over all the drama that was going on, y'all will not make me hate that girl. Because she's Beyonce. She's literally, she's Beyonce. My criticism on the thing still stands, but I love Beyonce. There's no Beyonce concert I'm not going to go to. I said I wasn't going to go to Cowboy Carter. I'm already picking out my boots. I'm already going to go. Like, we're going to dress like we're going to the country.
Yes.
To the rodeo.
Absolutely.
All right, goodbye. Shout out to Houston. Y'all just had the whole rodeo. We're going next year to the Houston rodeo.
Yeah.
We're going. Niggas was out there with the hats and the boots and y'all, but I'm coming style down. Shout out to Houston, H-Town. Y'all are killing it. I hope y'all get along.
I hope so too.
Speaking of love and hip hop drama, I really feel like this is on its way to a screen near you. Don't you feel like it's a storyline in the making?
Every time something comes out, I immediately think of what you said, and this is just what it is.
Nikki, I know you texted me and you said, why would you do that? Because you do. That's just love and hip hop storylines, and this is getting even worse. Okay, now Nikki Baby, who is my friend, as you know, from Love and Hip Hop, and this is Mozzie. I don't know Mozzie personally, but he's in Vegas. I know he has lots of money because he's done advertising with Hollywood Unlocked before, so he's somebody that's in the public eye. And I think I have his phone number, or maybe it got deleted because I have a new phone. But either way, these two now are, I guess, an item that came out of nowhere. How? When? You literally just gave the vajayjay a break because your man left with the other girl and the baby, and now you courtside with this man. Let me get into the whole story because it's getting messy, which is what I'm doing right now to contribute to the whole world wanting to see it unravel on a screen near you. And I promise you, it takes 6 months to film an episode, a season of Love and Hip Hop, and we ain't seeing nothing going on right now but the drama online, which makes us want to tune in. I'm telling you right now, remember the prediction that this is going to be on Love and Hip Hop. I smell Mona Scott Young. Smell it. I smell it. In fact, I got text from one of the producers that told me I was delusional. That's because y'all watching what I'm saying, because you know I know. Either way, Miss Nikki Baby is back in the news after her drama with her children's father, LeAngelo Ball. Remember, that's the Ball that I was kind of low-key had a crush on, even after the China stuff. Well, last we spoke about Nikki and Jello, the basketball player turned rapper was denying Nikki's claims about abandoning their 2 children for his new boo, Rashida Nicole. Now, if you don't know who Rashida Nicole is, go follow her because she's going to be a central part of the storyline because she now is pregnant, allegedly with Jello's baby, and is now living with Jello. Yes, he did you miss the whole thing? He texted her, I'm not coming home because I got a new baby mama and a new baby and a new family. This is what she allegedly told me. Well, take a look at Jello and Rashida. This is what Black love looks like in Atlanta or wherever she's from. She's somewhere. Now, this girl also has a history. If you go do research, she was another side situation to another person that's not on a Love and Hip Hop show, and now she must be allegedly the main squeeze the Jello. Well, Nikki has moved on herself to a rapper, sports bettor, an entrepreneur named Mozzie. Now, Mozzie, like I tell you, he's from Vegas. He's a pretty cool dude, but he is a straight up businessman, by the way, because we've done business together. So I'm going to just put that out there. Now, the two went viral after popping out at a recent Miami Heat game. Here's a video. Take a look in case you missed it on Hollywood Unlocked. Do you smell a scam?
I smell a check, like you said.
Because if you're going to get with somebody, Nikki, you're not going to get with somebody that we know or that's somewhat known on social media. You're going to get with somebody that can be a good storyline. He got his own cars. He got his own money. He has a house in Vegas. He got all the jewelry. He can afford to sit courtside. It's a good look. He's good looking. You're good looking. You know, there's kids involved. It's emotional. You got the black girl. You ain't black. You got the black. You took the black man from the black girls. The black girl took him back. So there's going to be all the black versus non-black. Hey, she said you're a racist, even though I know you're not a racist. And mama baby, mama murderess, the mama behind her, the one who got all the money, she ain't going for it. It's good TV. Watch what I'm saying. The next morning, a woman named Diana Morena dragged Mozzie for cheating on her. Look at this video. She's now posting this on her social media, walking down the street with her man. Mozzie. What in the BBL realness? She look good. She cute though. She looks like Nikki Baby. She posted over 10 posts on her Instagram story slamming him. We put them all on Hollywood Unlocked. I'm going to show you a few right here. Take a look. This is her post. I'm not reading all that. But you can see she's basically calling him out, calling her out. Okay. He's disgusting, desperate. You're sick, knowing she just went through a traumatic situation. Just had a baby. Mind you, we're forgetting that Nikki literally had a baby 6 weeks before this breakup happened. Remember? Good storyline.
This is a great storyline. And if it's not part of the storyline that's currently coming up, they need to add it to it.
But if it's not a part of a storyline and not a part of a check, why would you want your business to be this messy in public? Like, how does it serve the interest of you as a mom or you as a businesswoman? Because Nikki is a businesswoman. And she got away from the Nikki Baby name because she was focused on the Nick and Murderers brand. Remember, Nikki, you told me you didn't want to be Nikki Baby no more. So maybe the checks dried up and you needed some extra change because your coin purse was a little light. And so now you're on a pathway to getting that big bag because this storyline is so juicy that you're going to become a central storyline of Love and Hip Hop, which means you're going to get at least 15, 20,000 per episode. And if you do 14 episodes, that's a lot of money. Not to mention, they'll let Jello perform at the reunion, and then he'll get more streams because VH1 will be promoted across platform. And then here we are, and now he's a rap star after having lost his whole career because he stole in China.
And then will she get child support?
She don't want child support. She wants fame and money. This is enough.
But she
She don't
gonna get
want.
both.
She hasn't taken him to court for child support. We don't see you taking. I'm chopping this story down because I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Also, Nikki, another thing that makes me question this is that you were scheduled to do an interview with me, and then all of a sudden you canceled it, went out of town, and are no longer available for an interview after I've questioned the validity of your story. So I'm now saying anybody in this trifecta, anybody in the realm of this conversation, Rashida, Mazi, Nikki, Jello, if you want to come on my show, you are all given an open invitation. TikTok, do your motherfucking big one. Tag them all, because at this point I don't believe in it. And I tell you right now, if I find out there's some fraudulent activity, everybody going into is in trouble. Diana also shared tons of alleged text message of Mazi and some text denying seeing the other women, and another text promising to stop fucking up and promising to propose soon. Now, Diana even tried to warn Nikki about lying, cheating, and clout chasing Mazi. Listen to what she said. Look, she said, I'm all for a girl having a ball after a breakup, but with someone else's man and a clout chaser is crazy. Mazi can sit there and lie to the internet and say he's single, but you, Nikki Baby, just experienced the same thing he put me through right now. You can believe him if you want, but just know he was applauding your baby daddy for leaving, saying you deserve being left with a newborn baby because of your past. And if he claims that he didn't say that, tell him I'll gladly show you proof. You claim y'all just friends, but he has his arm and hands all over your thighs. Close friends, I'm over this shit. Keep this delusional single man. Ever since FKD Selena Powell, after he fucked Selena Powell raw, allegedly. Last month, I've been the ick. Good luck, baby girl, on getting your lick back on your baby daddy, but this just corny pop the balloon clout chasing. Big sausage, suck a big sausage. Anyway, just suck sausage.
Whew. I guess the internet is the new therapy. It really is. Everybody just pulls us all in
out there like that. Me either. Mazi broke his silence, stating, I ain't cheating with nobody or on nobody. How am I cheating if I'm not with you? Nikki also broke her silence, claiming she was single and had no tea to spill. And things continue to heat up when Mazi iced out Nikki. Take a look.
We got a kill for Nikki.
You know when it's a pristine box, you know what that means.
The biggest.
The biggest.
Yes.
For the baddest.
Thank you.
Yes, sure. Yes.
I love that.
All pink.
Oh, that is so wonderful.
Yes,
For the
baby.
pink princess.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome, baby. You're welcome. You're welcome.
From Mazi to Big Nikki.
That is so
It's the pristine way, only
Yes,
way.
baby. That's it.
The only way.
Yes, fire.
quality, baby.
Fire. Come on, man. Come on. Gotta match. Come on, man. Let's go.
Mazi, let him know.
Come on, man. Pristine watch, man. 150 on the wrist, man.
Through the grace of God.
You see that?
A blessing for a blessing. My friend is a blessing.
Shout out to Pristine Jewelers. I have their number. I will be giving Pristine a call to find out what happened. That's one of Floyd's jewelers from New York. Seeing that Mazi is tricking on another woman set Diana all the way off because, don't no woman want her money going to no other woman. And she had this to say with Nikki. You're a hypocrite. The fact that you still engaging with this man after I've proven that he was my man is shameful. Just last week, you were playing the victim. Hold on, I got to see. I'm allergic to bullshit. Now you're the villain in someone's relationship. I might cry now and take a long time to heal, but you're the type of woman that deserved the abusive manipulator and deadbeat father Mazi is. The audacity to play victim online, then pop out in public hurting another woman the same way you said they did is pathetic and shameful. The shit you going through and playing someone else's man, now ex, you a real actress. And I think the show that she's acting for is Love and Hip Hop. Just a way to taboo on that. What do you make of all this? Besides, it's just a mess.
One, it's just a mess. Two, it's definitely publicity for whatever it may be, whether it's to get the business going or for the show. I hope it's for the show. And the last, the women all attacking the women in this situation, I think is the crazy part to me because, she shouldn't be solely coming after Nikki now. It's more about the man she's saying is leaving her too. So I don't know. It's just a lot of mess.
And let's recap it. Jello allegedly left his baby mom because he got another girl pregnant 6 weeks after they had their second child. She said she found out via a text message while he was leaving her and going to move in with the other girl. The other girl started attacking Nikki and saying she was a racist, a fraud, a lie, and that she needs to just stay out of her family's business. Her family with her baby dad. Nikki then is saying she's not with this guy, and he's saying he's not with her, despite going to a game and having never seen them together before. And now we see them all over social media showing each other's diamonds, and now he gifting her a pink watch from Pristine. Pristine is not cheap. And then the other girl now claiming that she's an actress and that this is all bull. Now, she dragged Mozzie for DMing Nikki tons of alleged texts between her and Mozzie. Look. I'm going to let y'all read it. Just screenshot it and go read it later. Now, in the alleged text, Deanna went off on Mozzie about dumping her the day before taking Nikki to Miami to the game. And he allegedly replied by demanding that she stop exposing him and delete everything, promising he would explain everything to her later. Because Mozzie didn't get the memo, you're not supposed to explain that it's all a storyline, that it's fake, and that she shouldn't overreact. And he couldn't go to his girl to tell her, because if you would have went to her and tell her, she would have went online and exposed your whole little trot, and then would have made y'all all look crazy. And now y'all all look crazy because I just uncovered it all for the public. Well, if you missed it all, go check it out on Hollywood Unlocked's Instagram. Follow Nikki's drama. All of that, because it's a lot. Now, following the drama with Mozzie and Deanna, Nikki got into it with Jello again after she called him out for being a deadbeat. Take a look. My baby daddy saw the amazing mom I was and made me a dad too. So thoughtful of him. You the best. Appreciate you. I forgot you was with your young nigga every day. We pushing 6 weeks. Your kids ain't hear from you yet. Diabolical. Exit the chat. Well, Jello, like a rapper, responded. This is what he said. Quit the soft sympathy shit. Nobody was in my shoes, but everyone can paint their own picture of me. LOL. I paid for the most shit in my life when I was with her. I don't know when y'all thought she was paid. I can wipe my own ass. She gotta ask mommy and daddy or give up mileage. I watch the kids more than her, and I'm a grown man with my own shit. I don't have to call her to conversate with my babies who can only say dada. They'll be at the mansion soon. I'll see them the right way. Don't trip. Ha. And the way she talk and act, I'll leave again and again. I ain't never been the dude to put up with that shit. She been preaching she want a co-parent and she got older niggas who love her, so I freed her. LOL. But God forbid I say anything. Ha. And this right here is why if you're ever hiking up Runyon Canyon, don't stop for nothing cute. Because they stopped for each other. Not them, but her and Jello. And now we're all in this social media prison called On the Next Episode of Love and Hip Hop. Did we forget anything?
No.
Goodbye. All right, listen, the last time we saw Wendy Williams, it was on an interview that I had with her. Well, now she's doing lots of interviews and she's just she's aced a psych evaluation. Now, last time we spoke about Wendy, we learned that she had filed court papers to end the whole guardianship and she was due for a whole mental health evaluation. Well, she's now undergone a cognitive evaluation and she's passed with flying colors. Now, if you forgot about the conversation I had with Wendy Williams, you can go check it out on Hollywood Unlocked. But here's a small clip of her talking about her being in prison. Listen.
And so my audience, I have millions of people who are all Wendy watchers, who are Wendy fans, who ask me all the time, where's Wendy, demanding that we do something. What are we asking people to do?
Alex? And right now, so a few things. We are, of course, posting as much as possible and sharing with the hashtag Free Wendy. There's also a GoFundMe that has been started to help with some of what will potentially be a long fight, right? And making sure that we can just galvanize around this issue, even larger as well. And, I've talked about it before, and that is the guardianship issue in general, in terms of the guardianship system in New York. It's broken. My honest said that, I have said that. And there are plenty of reports that back up what I'm saying. So I hope that this conversation, of course, first and foremost, we can get some traction in terms of the Free Wendy movement. People can share and give in whatever way that they can toward that, but also that we can get the information and the knowledge out there just in terms of exactly people first understanding fully and completely what a guardianship system is, for those that may not know, and then also where there are cracks in this system. And unfortunately, my aunt is one of the 20,000 my people.
Yes.
A system that's overloaded and there are not enough guardians. So,
And
you know,
also-
there's so many different ways to look at this, but, you know.
Yeah, and also look up, you know, what incapacitated is. You know what I'm saying? So that you have a clear indication that is not me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm emotionally abused, and where I am, I stay on, like I said, I'm on the 5th floor, and Alex has been here. She's seen for fact exactly where I am. Anything I want to do, I cannot do. I am made to be held like prison. I feel isolated like a mug.
Now, back to the whole psych evaluation. They said that she scored a 10 out of 10, which means that she's proving that she's not incapacitated. Now, the following morning, Wendy and Gina Lisa Monterosso, who's her Medicaid Advisory Group founder, and Wendy's caregiver, who's not associated with the guardianship, spoke with the Breakfast Club and had this to say. Listen.
Well, the police showed up, and I'm exhausted. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go to the hospital to talk to the doctor. You know, Gina, you can expound upon that a bit, please.
So I did 2 things. I wrote a letter to the Adult Protective Services explaining to them Wendy's situation. She was isolated, and we needed an investigation. Yesterday morning, during our morning calls, I told Wendy we will be calling the police. And we will be speaking to police, and we will be telling them that you are isolated. And the police came into the room. Wendy gave me the phone, and I pleaded with the police as if Wendy was my child. I said, please, I said, you cannot walk out of that building without Wendy. And she told me, I promise, I will not. When the officers were there, Wendy started to feel she had a little bit of anxiety. And I said, tell them that you need to go to the hospital. And I said, when you go to the hospital, you're going to ask for an independent medical evaluation.
Yes.
But the building was giving us a hard time. They first sent a nurse.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Wendy, we'll take care of it. I'll take your vitals.
And I said, no, thank you. No, thank you.
And I'm on the phone, and I'm like, no, we need a medical doctor.
Right.
The nurse says, oh, we have a doctor in the building.
No, I want an independent doctor.
Yeah, I said, no, she needs to get out. We need to go to a hospital. That's not a hospital.
Right.
And then finally, the cops were okay with that. And then the ambulance, and Wendy was okay as well.
Now tell us what happened when you got to the hospital.
According to what was told, the guardian was there and Wendy's attorney. And I think there was a little back and forth as whether she was going to allow Wendy, the guardian, to get evaluated. The doctor saw there was a difference between the guardian's opinion and her lawyer's opinion. And the doctor had to go to his legal department from the hospital to clear to see how he was going to do it. He received the clearance for the evaluation. And then Wendy took 2 evaluations. And pretty much they're evaluating whether she has competency and is able to make decisions, and she passed both tests. 10 out of 10 correct. 10 questions asked, 10 questions correct, answered correctly.
I mean, they asked me simple things like, you know, who's the president? You know what I'm saying? What's my birth date?
There are reports that this exam that you did can't be used in moving forward to prove the like that you're not incapacitated. Can you clear that up?
That's actually false. That's a medical exam done by an independent doctor by a very well-known hospital. You can use that for the court.
Now, in all fairness, Gina Lisa texted me after one of our last podcast episodes, and she was very respectful in saying that she is the real deal. She's not one of the weirdos in Wendy's life that's fucking things up and whatever, because my fans have noticed that I have backed off the Free Wendy campaign. It's not that I don't want Wendy out. It's that I don't like how messy it was getting. TMZ's done a documentary. Now everybody wants to claim they're Free Wendy. I simply wanted to help my friend get peace and get out, and now she's fighting with her son. She's back with her son. So I've just taken a step back, but I'm still going to share what's out there from other people's platforms. And when Wendy comes home, if she does come home and she's well, she's welcome on my show, and I would love to have a whole kiki with my homegirl. So, you know, I've kind of taken a step back because I want them to do their thing. But when you look at all this, does this make you say, yay, Wendy's going to be free, or what's going on?
Slightly, it does. I hope that her proving that she's capable of, you know, that she's cognitive and she's all there is a step towards her being able to at least like be in control of her own, you know, forward movement. I don't know what that looks like. Again, like we talked about before, we don't fully know what's going on, especially after the stuff came out about the whole thing with Kevin Jr. But I do think if she is in a better mental state with her family, at least the ones who are responsible, then she should have the opportunity to live her life that way.
I agree. Listen, we all just want the best for Wendy, whatever that is. And Wendy's also scheduled to speak with The View as her guardianship becomes the subject of 2 New York investigations. Now, reportedly, it's going to be a phone interview where she's going to phone in about how her guardianship began and in how it's been handled, or rather mishandled. You know, a lot of people had a lot of things to say about the fact that we've not seen Wendy in an interview. We've only heard her on a phone call where you're, allegedly coached before could be one thing, but to see you and be able to evaluate you, that's something that Don Lemon brought up on his show. And in conversation here on the Jason Lee Show. If you missed that, take a look.
So when you look at what's happening with Wendy and the Sabrina Morrissey conservator and all of that, what do you make of it?
There should be more transparency around it, because you can really hold someone hostage, keep them in jail, take control of their finances, and there's no oversight. And I'm not in there every day with Wendy's business. I don't know what kind of medication she's on. She says she is. She can talk about it. I don't know what her day-to-day is. And so I can't say, well, Wendy should be allowed to be with Jason. Jason might be the bad influence. I want what's best for Wendy. If it's best for Wendy to be in a guardianship or a conservatorship, then I want that. If it's best for her to be free, then free Wendy, do it. But I think that the constraints and the parameters are too tight. No one should be in jail, especially if you're a person of a certain age. Live your life, and you've made a lot of money and whatever, live your life. So I don't think that you should be able to take someone's rights away. I think Wendy should have a bit more autonomy. I think she should have someone who watches her money. I think she should have like a sober coach or someone who can be with her. But I don't think she should be locked in a room for 24/7, and she needs like someone, to sign a permission slip, a hall pass for her to get out.
Do you think they screwed it up with the Free Britney movement? Because every time I see her twirling around in the underwear, I just be like, lock her back up.
No,
she had the knives with the poor little dogs. The dogs were screaming for their lives. They're about to die.
Listen, whatever's going on in your life, Wendy, we pray for the best. We want to see you back. And we need you out here because Diddy's still in jail. All right, that's it. Anyway, that was a lot. It's time for thoughts and prayers. If you ever called 911 and got a late response, it might be because the officers were too busy busting it wide open in a rapper's music video or TikToking their life away. Now, we know that times are hard, but detectives moonlighting as video vixens and flight attendants doubling as influencers just wasn't on our bingo cards. Neither was seeing our Disney princesses with their baby daddy drama. Disney alum Skai Jackson got her baby daddy out here telling folks how to bag a celebrity baddie. I guess men be trapping too. But Skai isn't the only Disney alum with baby daddy drama. Halle Bailey got DDG dragging her Grammy-nominated name all through these internet streets. Now, you better stop playing on Beyonce's good internet, too. And speaking of internet games, Nikki Baby has got her hands full of drama involving her ex, Jello, and her new man, Mozzie, and his ex. I can smell the love and hip-hop storylines. Elsewhere, our girl Wendy got a perfect score on her psych eval. We knew that she would do that. So now we're waiting with Wendy for a judge to officially terminate her guardianship. But until then, we'll still be screaming, "Free Wendy!" Just not too loud, because we did that for Free Britney and see where that got us. We ain't going back, though. Let's get Wendy out. Until then, please make sure you're streaming this podcast everywhere that is streamable. Download it, share it, and make sure if you want to get in touch with me or Rob or Marina, who's not here today, just text us at 310-388-6463. We'll also keep you in our database so we can keep you updated on everything else. Jason Lee Show, Jason Lee Podcast, and Hollywood Unlocked. Until then, y'all, we're out. Peace.
The Jason Lee Podcast.